乐动达人, or Music Master, is a series of iOS rhythm games, and Android rhythm games as well if I recall properly, by developer Red Atom. It was made a long time ago. The first app came out in 2011, and there were 3 apps in total in this series, with the final one being 乐动达人 2012. It's a set of Chinese Tap-Tap Revenge clones. As you can tell by the aspect ratio, it's made for older iOS devices, and around that time period was when Tap-Tap Revenge was very popular. So they decided to go ahead and take that 3-lane structure and make their own game out of it. So, game is pretty simple. You go in and you've got a song list as usual. This game only has 1 difficulty per song, so there's only 10 songs and they will make for a total of 10 charts. Not too many, so there's not much you can do. But hey, the app itself was pretty cheap if I recall, and it actually dropped to like free every now and then, and that's how I picked it up. In any case, there are achievements as well for these things here. And back in the old days of OpenFaint and Game Center, these things actually gave out achievement points and whatnot. And fascinatingly enough, not only do you have the usual full combo, you also have 1 miss. So you can see up there, this first one, the medal is for full combo, the second one is for getting 1 miss, and the rest you have medals for accuracy. And you actually have to farm them off of each of the different songs if you wanted to unlock the full set. So there used to be leaderboards as well, which can't really say much. The servers have long gone down. This one in particular, oh hey, the scores are still up here, even though they're pretty obviously hacked. But yeah, this app is unlisted. It's no longer available in the App Store, presumably due to an expiring license, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, let's go over the song list. We've got a good set of Chinese pop songs, and surprisingly 11 polka is in here for some reason, along with this remix of Beethoven's Third Symphony. And I'm actually not sure if this is an original or not, because I've never actually heard this mix before, which could be cool if it is the case. Yeah. So I've talked about what the game features, but let's actually go in and take a look at what it's like, and then you'll find out the number 1 problem with this app, or at least this particular one. The charts kinda suck. They're very offbeat and they don't really follow the music at all. Here, this one you can see it's still at least following somewhat. But once you get along, you'll find out that it's kinda offbeat, you see. So this was their first app. I assume they were having problems on their first round, so we can forgive them that, but you can see how people probably didn't play this very long, especially with the ridiculous achievement grinding and stuff. So that was the 2011 version. So the follow-up is this one, it's just the Christmas version. It's got a longer name, but it basically translates to Music Master Christmas Songs Edition, or Winter Songs Edition, however you want to call it. So it's got the same things, it's got the same medal system, it's got the same leaderboards, and it's got the same structure, so you can tell it's basically the same engine. This one only has 8 songs, unfortunately. So that's the usual assortment of Chinese pop songs here, as well as, for some reason, Bass Hunter's remix of Jingle Bells, which is a thing. Oh yeah, I didn't explain it, but when you first download the app, all the songs are locked except for the first one, and you unlock each subsequent one by clearing the earlier ones. So this is a fresh download, so I don't have all the songs unlocked, but I do have all the song and charts archived. I guess I'll demonstrate real quick with this one. So the thing is, they actually improved their charting, which is surprising. And yeah, the charts actually follow the music now. Take a look at that. Anyway, there's not too much to say about the gameplay. It's a very basic tap-tap clone. So 3 lanes, health bars on the left, that's the red bar. If that thing hits 0, you fail. And on the right, that's the song progress, so that's how far into the song you are. So you've got multiplier based off of combos. So the longer you keep up your combo, the bigger the score multiplier goes up. So it's pretty much combo-based scoring. And once you hit times 8, that's an automatic one, so you don't have to like shake your phone or tap a button like you do in Tap Tap Revenge. So that's one thing the clone has over the original. And the UI changes and everything. Readability is actually not too bad despite the amount of colors going on. So yeah, that's the winter version. And yeah, interestingly enough, the winter version is still in the store along with the iPad version. And it's this iPhone version that is no longer available. The 2012 version as well as the 2011 version. The winter version is still up. This is the 2012 version. And it's based off the same engine as well, except there's a slight difference. There are actually 2 difficulties per song this time. And there are 3 lanes and 4 lanes, so you've got 2 play modes now. Other than that, it keeps the same updated charts and stuff that actually do follow the music, so that's an improvement. This one only has 8 songs again, and most of the song list is in overlap with the previous one. But otherwise, this is a pretty simple tap revenge clone with Chinese pop songs. So hey, who's complaining? So there used to be options, but the servers are down for this one for sure. So you can't like add any more songs. From what I've gathered, you're actually able to download additional songs. I saw some advertisements for like a bunch of anime songs that could be added in. Unfortunately, the servers are gone, so there's no way you can do that. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, that's all I got to say about this one. Curious little piece of gaming history. Chinese tap clones. And yeah, I've actually managed to archive all the charts up on my secondary channel. If you're interested in that, you can take a look over there. But yeah, so let's see. How should I close this out? I can give the games a rating. So the first one was pretty bad because of the charts not being synchronized properly. But otherwise, the engine was possible if basic. Very simple, basic rhythm game. Nothing too much to complain about in terms of engine. And that's why the winter version and the 2012 version, pretty solid all around. And yeah, even though it's a clone when it comes to rhythm games, I feel like clones aren't that bad because a rhythm game lives and dies on its song list. So if you have a different enough song list, you can use the same structure. And I think that's alright, as long as you own the licenses, of course. So for all I know, these games could have just grabbed the music without licensing it. But hey, Red Atoms is a proper company, as opposed to like just some nameless dev. So I'll give them the benefit of doubt. So yeah. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for this one. This is SIGMA Rhythm Game. It's a tie-in game made for a band called SIGMA. And this one's also unlisted. You can't find it on the App Store anymore. This thing only has 1 song, and the other button's a wallpaper. This one is not made by Red Atoms. It's made by a separate company. I'm actually not sure what it is. It says Yak Mobile here, but that's not the developer. I think that's just I'm actually not sure what that is. But in any case, there's a single song here, which would be fine, I guess. It's a simple tie-in app. If I recall, it was free to play, so you could just download it and try it. This kind of like simple things. But the problem with it is that the chart makes no sense relative to the music. It seems to be just like randomly generated almost. And you just kind of just puts notes out like this. So there is a bit of combo scoring, as you can see, a little bit of it, but not really. The UI is very stiff and boring to look at, so nothing really happens. Plus, if you miss, like the ghetto textures and graphics are really, really kind of bad. So yeah, given that there's only 1 song and the charting really, really sucks, there's not much to this one. I also archived this just in case, but this is pretty much just a throwaway game. There's nothing much to it. Yeah, it kind of sucks, you know. But I still had this lying around, so I figured I might as well just give it a 1-2 coverage. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about this one. Now, this one's interesting because this is actually modern. In fact, it's so modern, it's only come out the day today that I'm recording this. Which should give away what day I'm recording this on. It's April Fool's. This is Oira. Cygames April Fool's joke. They decided to make a Taiko no Tatsujin clone with Grand Blue Fantasy music in it for some reason. I've never played Grand Blue Fantasy, I know nothing about it, but I have played a lot of Taiko, so I felt obliged to take a look. And it looks like they've actually made a legitimate Taiko game here. Each song has 2 difficulties, except these last 2. These got 3, and this is the first song. The first song has the easiest and the hardest chart, just to be funny, I guess. And the thing is, this is a limited April Fool's Day song. You can see there's a limited time thing at the top. I'm assuming the app becomes unavailable beyond this point, so it's also going to be unlisted. So that's one thing it shares in common with the earlier apps. I know it's a funny thing to be combining everything at this time, but yeah. So options wise, we've got scroll speed, we've got offset, and we've got a couple customization options. You can choose what kind of hit sounds you want and all that stuff, so that's kind of cool. And the game itself is actually pretty darn solid. So you can see it's Taiko no Tatsujin, very simple. They even got all the graphics on and everything. I feel like they actually got the permission to use the stuff. So they actually added like their own custom dances and everything. So that's pretty cool. And in certain songs, you actually have like special like they actually synchronize the dances, like mouth movements and everything. Like in this one, for example. So they put in a lot of effort into this one, surprisingly. Like if you look at the dancers, yeah, it actually synchronizes with the music, which is something that the original Taiko does not do, surprisingly. They even have like when you hit Ki time and you hit the max out, all the dancers at the bottom pop up. So that's really cool. Anyway, if you're interested to take a look at the charts, I've also archived all of them, except for this one. I can't do this one, it's too fast. The main problem I have with this is that, well, if you take a look at this, the thing is vertical, so that means there's not too much screen space to read notes coming in, because normally the game is in a landscape format, so you have the whole widescreen to look at it. Here we have the narrow portrait, and we can only see the notes scrolling in, and we've got very little time to react to it. So I can't play as hard songs as I can usually, sadly. But there is one cool thing, but yeah, it's really just the effort they put into everything. Like for example, they replicated like Grand Blue's actual battle system and everything down here, and they have like all the animations for like dealing damage and everything. This is the kind of thing that makes me want to see an actual like crossover license thing, you know. Maybe Namco and Cygames can work something out and like make a real collaboration game with the RPG mechanics and everything. Some of the Taiko games on console actually did have story modes with RPG mechanics and stuff, so that's really cool. They could actually do something like that with Grand Blue. I know I'd play it. The music is actually pretty cool. Like this game's legitimately introduced me to Grand Blue music, so hey, that's something that it's a successful tie-in in that sense, I suppose. Anyways, other than all that, I suppose you could just say it's a solid engine. They actually did put in like all the effort to replicate Taiko, and it feels like Taiko. It feels like Taiko Plus, the iOS version. So I gotta acknowledge their hard work. This is an all-round solid rhythm game, and it's kind of a pity to see that it's only sticking around for April Fools. But hey, yeah, Oira. And yeah, that's about all I got for this roundup of quick rhythm game reviews. This is new for me. I'm experimenting with this format because rhythm games don't provide too much material for me to really work with other than actually playing the charts, which I do, but I put them off on my secondary channel because I don't want to overload this main channel with like rhythm gameplays. So yeah, if you like this kind of format, just let me know in the comments and stuff, and I'll do more music game reviews. I'll give you my thoughts. Maybe I should start introducing like a grading system or a rank system to like talk about what a game did well, what a game didn't do well. And yeah, got a lot of like rare rhythm games lying around too that I could come back and cover, you know, for game history's sake. Like, you know, the Chinese tap-tap clones. That's something that's pretty obscure, not everyone knows about it, so hey, maybe we can do more stuff like that sometime. Alright, Coro out.